Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to record this video for you today. It is kind of a little more sensitive subject, so please do not get offended at anything I say. It is going to be all about being a stay-at-home mom, my opinions, the good, the bad, and then at the end I have a little Q&A that you guys ask me questions on Facebook and Twitter. So let's just go ahead and get into it. First of all, number one, first foremost, after being a mom, I realize how hard it is, and I have so much respect for moms that work full-time, moms that work part-time, moms that stay at home, moms that work at home, anything else. I'm so proud of you. It is really hard, and I've kind of realized that you just need to do what makes you happy. My personality is to be a stay-at-home mom. I've always known, I've always wanted to be at home with my kids. But after actually doing it, I've realized that I have like a specific personality that is really good to do that for. I know a lot of people who would go crazy being at home all day. I think that there are a lot of positives and negatives about both. If you work, you get to be with adults all day, you get to feel accomplished, you get to help bring in an income, but also I think that you would miss your kids all day and kind of feel bad that you're not with them all the time. Being a stay-at-home mom, I know, number one, you would go crazy not being around adults all the time, just being with kids. You feel bad for not helping bring in an income. You don't get to be around adults all day. Kind of just like the opposite of working all the time. Also, being stay at home though, you get to raise your kids, you get to be with them all the time. You're always available, and I think that that is a really big plus. With that being said, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and so I never knew what it was like to have her work, but I just know that it was nice having her always available, there when I needed her. She didn't work, but my mom is the most frugal person I know. She cuts coupons, she price matches. She is so frugal, and I think that that kind of helped with her being able to stay home, like not feel guilty, because she really saved us a ton of money. So my experience with being a stay-at-home mom, I have always, like I said before, I always knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I really have the personality that is very loving, kind of maybe not as outgoing around a ton of people. I don't have the need to be around a lot of people a lot of time, like I'm fine just being home most of the time. I have felt a little guilty not bringing money in, like Chris going to work and me just staying at home. And guys, I feel so bad. I feel like sometimes there's a negative association with stay-at-home moms, like, oh, you're just lazy, you just stay at home all day, you don't bring any money in. Like, of course you'd want to be a stay-at-home mom, you know, stuff like that. I've heard it all, and I kind of, like, I felt bad before, but once I really started doing it and being at home, I feel bad because it is so hard. Like, it's a different kind of hard. I try to explain it to Chris all the time, but it's like, literally I'll wake up and be like, okay, I need to do laundry, dishes, and get myself ready. Like, that's it for the day. And sometimes I don't get that done because Avery always needs to be held, she always needs to be changed, she always needs to be put to bed to a nap. Sometimes she won't nap, sometimes she just needs to be held, like she needs, I don't know, it's just, she always needs something, and I can't get things done when I'm like rocking her to sleep, or when I'm feeding her, or when I'm changing a diaper. Like, you're just constantly doing stuff all day, and I look at moms so much different now. Like, whenever I go to the grocery store and I see a mom with like 3 kids, I'm just like, my jaw drops. I'm like, I can barely handle 1. Like, how do you do 3? I always knew that being a mom would be really great, but really hard. And it is greater than I thought and a lot harder than I thought. So it's kind of more dramatic on both ends of the spectrum. It is amazing. It is so fun to see her giggle and smile and like just need me, and just her little personality coming out. It is amazing, but it is harder than I thought. Like, I've babysat before. I've been around kids quite a bit. When you babysit, you watch them for like a few hours, you give them back. It is tough. Like, some days, not now anymore because she's a little easier, but when she's a newborn, I remember waking up and almost dreading it. Like, you have no time for yourself. No time. Like I said, it's amazing, but it is so hard. Like, a different type of hard that you don't really understand until you're in that position, to be 100% responsible for someone else all of the time. Like, if you're a working mom, I bet you feel bad like going to work, like you miss them, wish you could be with them, but you also kind of get a break from having to watch them, take care of them, you know, those types of things. Am I making sense, you guys? I hope I'm making sense, because I'm really trying to just like get a point across of like what it's like from my point of view. So I just want to give a shout out to all the moms out there, no matter what you're doing. I know there's easy stuff and hard stuff about whatever you're doing. And so like, amen to you guys. Can I get an amen? Amen. So that is kind of my experience with it. I think that me personally, it would be harder for me to go to work because I would just miss my kids so much and like want to be home with them. And I think that for me, the positives outweigh the negatives of me staying home. And I know that I am super lucky that I am able to, that Chris makes good enough money, that we are able to save enough that I can be home with her. I'm just really, really, really lucky and thankful for Chris that I can do that. And he doesn't see it as me being lazy or me not helping bringing money in, etc., etc. I am going to school right now. I have a year left and then I will get my bachelor's degree in marketing. And I think that I'm going to use that once all of our kids are in school, work full-time or part-time depending on how much our kids need us. But I always knew that I wanted to get my degree. So I just knew I always want to have that as a backup for if I ever had to go back to work or if anything ever happened to Chris, that I would have that education and be able to use it. Am I sitting like way too close? Am I talking like this the whole time? I hope not. I guess that I will answer your questions now. I asked you guys earlier on Facebook and Twitter if you guys had any questions for me, and I will answer those now. One sec, you guys, it takes a minute. So this is from Facebook, from Brittany Grotto. She said, do you wait till she is napping to have a shower, or do you just bring her in and let her lay down to play? So I don't know why, but I always bath at nighttime while she's asleep. And if I ever do have to take like a shower or bath during the day, I usually do it when she's awake and just lay her on like the mat in the bathroom with the toy. So that's what I do. Okay, Courtney Marie Laughlin said, when you were younger, did you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Is it everything you thought it would be? And do you miss going out and having adult conversations? So I did always know that it's what I wanted to be. But when I was younger, I always thought of all the good stuff about it and never thought about the negatives or like how hard it would be. But like I said, I still think that for me, the goods outweigh the bad. But it still is really, really hard. Also, do I miss having adult conversations? I do, yeah. But I have a lot of family that lives close, so I go and see them a lot. And I have a lot of friends that are also moms I talk to a lot. And also the number one thing that Chris and I kind of said we wanted to do while I was pregnant was we didn't want to stop having a social life. So at least once a week on the weekends, Friday or Saturday, we will do something with friends, sometimes both. But we have an awesome group of friends, so we have really kept up our social life, and that is nice. I look forward to the weekends when we do friend stuff. So that has really helped me stay a little sane. Okay, next on Facebook is by Audrey Hart. She said, what's the hardest part of being a stay-at-home mom? Does it cause issues in your relationship? Obviously, you love spending time with your daughter, but does it ever get overwhelming? Yes, it does. My mom lives about 5 minutes away, and it would be so easy for me to just be like, Mom, can you babysit? And she'd be like, yeah, sure, and just drop her off. But we've only had a babysitter probably like 3 or 4 times, and Avery's 6 months old, when we like really, really, really need one. Because I feel like I don't want to make it a burden on other people, and like she's our responsibility and we need to kind of like take responsibility, you know? So it does get overwhelming. Chris is so great though. He'll get home from work at like 5 o'clock and he'll always like take her and he'll be like, okay, go nap. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. He's like, go nap. And like on the weekends, he'll let me sleep in, he'll take care of her. So Chris helps out a lot, which I'm super grateful for. The hardest part, kind of just what I mentioned before, I feel kind of like I know how hard it is, and I know that I work really hard and how good it is for Avery, and like I'm happy that I'm doing it, but I do feel bad that like Chris pays all of the bills, and like I swear I never buy anything for myself anymore because I feel like it's his money, like he's paying the bills. If he wants to buy anything for himself, he can, but I'm just gonna like help us save, and I like coupon more and try to kind of help us save money that way. But I do kind of feel guilty not like bringing any money in. Another hard part, like I said, is just always taking care of them and not having time for yourself. Like they always come first. If it's like, oh, I'm hungry, I want to eat, but Avery's crying, I don't get to eat until she's taken care of. So sometimes it could be like 10 minutes, sometimes it can be like an hour. Does it ever cause issues in our relationship? Chris and I are so laid back that we deal with things really easily and we never really get too upset. At the beginning of when Avery was born, it was kind of harder for me to be like, hey Chris, here, like here's Avery, go do this. I always did a lot of things because I didn't want him to feel overwhelmed. Like he was working, he was doing that, taking care of the baby was kind of my responsibility, and I didn't want to like stress him out. But now she's a little older, I feel it's just so nice. Like I'm so comfortable just being like, hey Chris, your turn, change your diaper. And he's like, okay, like he gets it. He never gets like upset or frustrated, or he's never like, I worked all day, I don't want to come home and take care of the baby. Like, he works really good with that. So I don't say it really causes issues in our relationship. The nice thing is that Avery goes to bed at 7 and Chris and I are night owls and we stay up till like midnight or 1. So that gives us like 5 or 6 hours every night to kind of just have with us and like relax and talk and not have to worry about a baby. So I think that that has really helped us. Okay, so the last question is off of Twitter and it's by dear_Steph. She said, do you ever look at Avery and think, wow, I'm her mom, she is mine, she is real? And yes, I do. So many times, like, if it's ever a really hard night or a hard day, I just like, gosh, I might almost cry, but I just like look at her and it's like amazing that I'm a mom and like she's my daughter and she's my responsibility. And I'm so happy to like be here taking care of her. And I never, like, no matter how hard it is, I'm always just grateful that I get to be home with her. Like I said before, it's really hard, but it's like better than you could ever imagine too. And all the time I look at her and just like, I'm so amazed that she's mine and that I get to be her mom. I love it. Love it, love it. And I know like my personality, I was just meant to be a mom. But anyway, so that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for the questions. Go ahead and comment below what other videos you'd like to see me make and give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I post videos every Friday. One more shout out to all you moms. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Like I said, after I became a mom, I realized that you really just need to do what makes you happy. Like, people have opinions on, oh, you should go to work, you should help support the family, or you should be at home like a mom belongs in the home. Everyone has their opinions, but I really think it just goes off of your personality. Like, whatever will make you the happiest and the least stressed out and that you will feel good doing, like, do that if you can. So shout out to all you moms. All you moms are awesome. You sacrifice so much, you work so hard, and just know that it is appreciated. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great weekend. Bye guys.